Well, welcome to the where we at? Welcome to the Listen Mom podcast, where we are your hosts, the dynamic duo. I'm Bisha.
I'm Kaden, star of the show.
The star, whatever. So, thank you guys for tuning in to our initial episodes and all the feedback that you have been giving us. Everything has not been taken for granted. We totally appreciate it. Kaden, we got to get her more involved in the Gen Z, so we want more teens and stuff to start watching. But you moms, I have your back. I appreciate the feedback. We appreciate the kind words that you say and the ability to assist you guys with having what you deem as difficult conversations with your teens and your girls. So I mean, we here for it. Use us. We'll be the canvas. So we want to start with some thank yous. Because we've had some people to come in and do some things for us that I feel like, we should appreciate. So we'll start out with our first thank you goes to
Aaron Edwards. He provided the music. So thank you to you.
Thank you, uncle and brother Aaron Edwards, for providing our intro music that you hear. He is amazing with that. I want to thank Jonita Daniels of Tresca's Treasure. Show them your mug, Kaden. These beautiful mugs and our keychains, the official mugs for Listen Mom podcast. They come from Jonita Daniels in Albany, Georgia, the owner of Tresca's Treasure. She is a crafter and does and makes anything. And these are so beautiful. She sent them to us. Mine says Bisha, hers says Kaden. Then our keychain say Listen Mom podcast, Bisha and Kaden. So Jonita, we thank you for that.
Yes, and then we'd also like to thank Suede the Remix God.
Suede the Remix God.
A remix. If you haven't go watch that.
Yeah.
It's on his Instagram page.
Yeah, that was fire. So thank you, Suede, for the remix. Thank you for the confusion that it started and the buzz to get everybody to come over and click on and listen to our podcast and watch us on YouTube. We really appreciate it. And to that one guy, I've never been a teen mom ever. And, I started to say it in the comments, but I thought I would save it for this episode because I know you watch. But I had my first child at 23, so she's not being influenced by a teen mom. She just has an amazing looking 43-year-old mother. How about them apples?
Senior citizen.
Your senior citizen? Wait, you said I was a senior citizen?
Yes.
At 43?
Yes.
Demon child. And then we would like to thank our production team, Jason Bowie and Trisol Media. I don't know if I say that right. Is it Trisol, Tricycle, Tri-Media Soul, Tri-Media Soul, TRIMEDIASOL. I know how to spell it, and you better go follow him on Instagram and get all your little stuff. But after me though, y'all can't film nothing until he finished with us, cause
that's true.
He working. That's true, right? He working real hard on us. Like, you see the quality, you know what it is. You see the lights, cameras, the action, the editing.
It never gave iPhone iMovie.
Never gave iPhone iMovie, baby, because we got cameras all up and through here and here and here and here. Okay, check these mics.
And our last thank you is to family and friends. I really want to say, Amy here, thank you to my cousin Yanni. She really knows what I'm talking about, and she really understands. So, yeah.
Between you, Yanni, and Naasia, find your life. Okay, baby? So thank you for that. And so, Kaden, we'll jump into our question of the day for this episode, and where we ask is like, I say, ask me anything. You like when I sing that, don't I? Ask me anything.
I didn't enjoy that.
You didn't? None of it?
No.
Like, what about the ask me
Please stop.
anything?
Question of the day.
Yeah, I'm not finished with this gonna be a jingle. Suede might can do something else with this. Like, ask me anything.
She's done.
Ask me a question, girl. Go on, pop off. So we ask each other anything. We're going to do this every episode. Let me see what you got. You want a drum roll?
Can I get it from here?
Yeah, you wrote it.
Well, what I wrote is what I'm not going to say.
Why?
I'm actually going to say something else, because what I wrote...
Is it pertaining to our episode we about to roll into?
Yeah.
Well, if it's pertaining to that, then kick it off. And then we can jump right into our episode, because we about to jump into this episode about divorce. So I tell you what, let me ask my question first.
Yeah, you go
then you
first.
ask that, and then we'll jump into this episode about divorce from the child's perspective. She's not a child, but we want to hear about divorce from the people that it affects.
Approaching grown woman status.
Approaching grown woman. But
how many years? 2 years, I'll be 18. So
what? And the 18 is a grown woman?
Yes.
When? When?
Just continue with the question.
Ooh, grown woman. Okay, grown woman. All right, so grown woman. Let me see what I want to do. What grown woman do you know where to buy a money order from?
Walmart.
What's a money order?
It's money somebody can send you, and you can go get it, receive it, or whatever from Walmart.
That's not it. I knew you ain't know. What have we done to these children? They don't even know what a darn money order is. I know you didn't know what a money order was.
I just know I be receiving money orders.
That's not a money order. That's when you go to the money center at Walmart. A money order. But when they asked last year, I knew you didn't know what a money order was when they said, the coach said you had to pay in check or money order. And you like, what is a money order? It is a form of payment that you get from the post office. And you might can get them from Walmart, from the money center. It's like a check, but they know it's realer than a check because you're going to use real money to buy it. You're going to make it to the person that you're paying, put your information on there, and you give it to them, and they take it and they cash it. That's a money order. Lesson of the day.
Also, we can see how long she's been on this earth from that answer. I didn't know it because I'm fresh into the world.
You fresh? You just said you was a grown woman. So you can't be fresh into the world.
I said I'm approaching.
Baby, you say you got 24 months and you're going to be grown out here in these streets. So you got to pick a struggle. You either grown out here in these streets and know what a money order is while you trying to call me ancient, or you don't.
Anyways,
going to get you punched in the throat.
My question is actually resolving around the topic of the day. Bisha.
Not ready for this? All right.
You're not.
All right.
Do you ever...
I feel like I be on trial when you be talking, bro. Like, I feel like some
this is
shit.
more like an interview question.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Okay.
Do you ever wonder what things could have been like?
With what?
If you and my other parental figure, my dad, stayed together.
Do I ever wonder what things would have been like with me and your dad if we hadn't got a divorce?
Yeah.
I already know what they would have been like. That's why we got a divorce.
Well, did you ever wonder, like, after you got
it was a few times. I'm not going to be so hardcore. It was a few times, especially with y'all being so young. I kind of felt like, did I make a mistake? Because this man need to be here helping me raise these babies. And he need to be more in his children's life. So could I have... For the reasons that I got a divorce, could I have sucked it up and just dealt with the marriage? But I honestly felt like if I had, and I did, to answer your question, yes, I have thought about several times what things would be like if I would have stayed with your dad. I've thought about in the beginning, because we're approaching 13 years, in the first 5 to 6 years, I actually felt like I had my own thoughts of like sucking it up and just getting back together because we was going through so much with y'all. And then you got the boys, your brother going through his thing with your dad not being there. So, and then in the dating world, I realized that most men are just like your dad anyways. So I could have just stayed there and sucked that a little bit up and stayed there. But I also, on the flip side, and the reason I stuck to it and I'm continuing to stick to my guns is because I felt like, one, your dad needed to be loved by somebody that loved him properly, and that was meant for him, and that was not me. And two, staying with your dad and putting up with some of the things and doing some of the things that we did that were not positive would be a worse example from me to you to me. So you actually was the defining factor. I put my foot down and decided when you was born that we was coming out of the marriage because I didn't want my daughter to accept, deal with, and act the way I act in our marriage.
So what I'm gathering from this is that I really eat down in all aspects. Like, that's what I'm really hearing.
Yeah, we just gonna flip it.
But, also I think that's, like, if I was the reason, then I'm just very important. Most important in the family, actually. Child. And also, felt like that was a very mature answer.
From the 43-year-old, I kind of think a little bit I'm mature. Now, I only been here 43 years.
I mean,
I can give a little mature answer.
You're not that girl or anything, but you ate that one little part.
Her body tea. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. And our topic of the day is divorce from the child's perspective, the young adult. So, Kaden, I'm going to jump in. Kaden, so your dad and I, we have been divorced now since you were 3 years old. You're 16. And happy sweet 16, little girl. This baby had a birthday. First episode. Little girl turned 16. Ready to get behind the wheel and stuff.
Yes.
Look at her.
The will she wants.
So we've been divorced since you were 3 years old. tell me, how did this affect you, and does it still affect you, this divorce? Like, be as open as you want to about what the effect is on you, because you just answered, and I'll come back with my thoughts.
Okay, so how has this affected me? I think it made me not trust men. It made me not really like men as a whole. Like, I like boys, but like I don't like them, the species as a whole. I think all men are liars, all men are cheaters, which they really are most times. And
everybody?
Yeah, everybody. And I just think
the divorce, because I got to start enunciating my words. The divorce makes you feel like,
well, not the like cheating, lying part, but I just think all men are just weird. They're just weird. Their actions, they just move very weird. Yeah, it doesn't give me a positive outlook on men. I think I've got a negative outlook on men. But does it still affect me? I mean, I still think all men are weird, so I guess it does. So, yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, what would not being divorced, how would not being divorced make you feel like that? Because you still have a dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just, for me, to hear you say the divorce caused you to feel like a negative way towards men, I guess for me, I'm going to ask this question. My demeanor and how I am and how independent I am and been like this, and you for the entire duration of this divorce, does that play a part in your decision? Do you feel like, oh, she can do it, I can do it, or I'm so independent, or I don't deal with men?
Like, do you think I would never get married or something?
I don't think you would never get married, but I think if you did get married, he'll be like a little doormat for you with the demeanor that you carry right now. I think you'll be like a more dominant figure in the situation, and you would get like you'll have like an extreme doormat for my son-in-law. That's how I feel.
Which I don't think is always a bad thing. Like, I'm not.
I don't
think the girl being like not. I don't think the girl having her say so is a bad thing.
It's not. I didn't say having your say so. I said dude gonna be a doormat, meaning when Kaden say jump, he gonna say how high. Kaden say bark, he gonna say roof. You gonna be in one of them situations like you just run everything. And I'm asking you, still didn't answer my question. Do I make you feel a certain way about men from being single and divorced?
Not you personally. And also, I want to like re-answer my initial question. I'm going to give more examples so you know what I'm talking about.
Please do.
So, y'all divorcing, obviously, if y'all weren't divorced, it'd be the same household type thing. So, I'd really have to see him, like, every day.
Okay.
But since y'all divorced, I didn't get to see him every day or whatever. And when I did want to see him in those events that he was supposed to come to, he didn't show up. So, I feel like through the divorce, I've kind of interpreted that men are not going to be there when you need them and that they're unreliable. Because also, he did that and my granddad did that. So it's like 2 men in my life are showing me that they're not reliable. Why should I trust men at all? So, yeah. The most important men in my life are showing me that. So, yeah.
Okay. I think that's a valid answer. It kind of stings a bit. And granddad and dad, when you watch this, look, she tell her truth. So we're here now. And you have had those conversations with your dad.
I'm just telling the truth
this summer. And those are things that you guys have to work out. And I wouldn't say I'm relieved by your answer not fully being on me, because I still feel like I play a part in it because I am the one that chose to walk out of the door. One thing you don't understand is just because you married to somebody does not make you not be a single mom. So I was a whole single parent. I don't want to spend this time talking about your dad's do's and don'ts. He worked. He had a life. He was active. But it's frustrating to be on some paper with somebody and you still the one raising the kids. You still the one doing everything. You still the one going to the doctor. You still the one going to the appointments. So for me, it's like we can just cut this signature off and not be married, and I can still be this single mom. Now, I didn't expect to put y'all in a predicament where you would not have that physical interaction as much as you wanted to, and I tried to make a conducive relationship where y'all could have it, and leave the door open. So I guess I can see that, and I think more down the road, the more that y'all talk about y'all stuff and hash y'all things out, I think y'all will have a better relationship. That's what I like about you the most, is because you can effectively communicate and tell people how you feel. And so I know when you told your dad and y'all had these conversations this summer, I feel like it resonated with him, and that you guys pull through that. You know, y'all just got to talk like me and you talk. Yeah. And so does all divorce cause you to have different views on marriage and relationships? Like, would you get married? And
so, obviously, you're not gonna like this answer, but I just feel like through the divorce, I can't see me like. I can see me getting into a marriage, but I'm always gonna have that fear, like I might get divorced, because it's also a statistic, and it was like, from kids that come from divorced households are more likely to get divorced. And I feel like that's true. I'm not saying it's going to happen to me, but it's always going to be in the back of my mind, like, forever.
Because that man going to get tired of being a doormat. Simple as that.
Well, I never said that I'm going to treat whoever I'm with like a doormat. You just think that, so.
You just said the whole male species ain't about.
Well, but then again, I'm 16, and as I grow and I let go of the hurt that the divorce has caused me, I feel like I can have more of a growth mindset.
I can see that. I think that's a mature outlook, but very mature answer, little girl. Wow. All right. So I guess for me, my feedback to all of this is, I know for a fact that sometimes I can be insensitive about this divorce situation, because, you know, when we first did our little pilot, and I was like, I just really feel like you need to let it go. Like, it shouldn't be about the divorce, because we get into stuff, or you go through your little breakdowns, whatever. It's like, my dad is not here, and I'm like, get over it. And I know that it's insensitive, but for me, I feel like my dad died when I was 1. And so at least your dad is still alive. At least you can still call him. At least you can contact him. He can fly out here. You guys can get together. I can't have that. Now, and that's not good. I'm not saying that how I feel is good, because it's totally not. But I just have this part about me that's like, you know, like, get over it. Like, I have to get over it. Like, it's not, that's like, you can't base that on everything. So when I say about a divorce and I say get over it, that means that when your grades start getting bad and stuff in school, or you go through these little things where you like, you know, I just had a terrible day or a terrible week, and then you get to talking, you're like, my dad's not here. I just feel like that sucks to you know what I'm saying, for 12 years later to keep making that your crutch. That's my outlook. Like, at some point, that can't be the reason why you had a bad day, or you join the softball team and everybody dad show up, and except for yours. Hey, I mean, we ain't new to this. We true to this. I'm in the softball game. You see what I'm saying? Like, and so that's the attitude that I have. How did that bother you?
When you said that phrase, get over it, that really rubbed me the wrong way. It's going to take me a long time to get over it. And I already know that. Just because of how it is now, it's going to take me a very long time. It's just something I can't get over. Because your dad died when you were 1, which is like, that's terrible. But just because that happened to you, I can't really see it from how you're seeing it. Like, obviously, you're probably like, oh my gosh, your dad is right here. At least you have a dad. But since that's never happened to me, I can only see from my perspective. Like, oh, y'all divorced when I was 3. He wasn't really present for a very long time. And now I have this outlook on men that I don't want, but it's happened. So I just feel like it's going to take a very extreme time for me to, for real, process and get over it. So when you said get over it, it really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, I'm sorry I rubbed you the wrong way, Big Katie. You want to push me? You want to square up? You want to fight? Because I've been taking boxing lessons, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Quinn Boxing, Charlo's Boxing in Houston. I've been taking boxing lessons, and my right hook, baby, it's coming, baby. It's not my right hook. It's my right uppercut. So you want to like hash it out or something? You want to push me or something? You know what I'm saying? I rub you the wrong way.
The best way to get your feelings released is by saying it in the open, which is what I just did. So,
okay. And you're right about that. So as we begin to wrap this up, is there anything that you would say to people your age and teens that are dealing with the divorce? Because, you know, our divorce was early on for you. You got some kids that their parents just not getting divorced right now. So from your perspective, to the kids, what would you say? And then to the parents, like, it may be parents that feel like me, like, get over it. What would you say?
Okay, to the kids, like, if your parents are going through a divorce or they've went through one and you're still dealing with that, I just want to, like, let you know that it's okay to sometimes, because I feel like when I was sad and I did bring up the divorce, and it was really with stuff that really didn't have nothing to do with it. It's just when you're sad, you start piling everything into that one sadness, just like a one time to release all of it together, which is probably like what most divorced kids do. So it just comes out like the divorce, you don't think about it until you get sad about something else. Then that plays into it. Oh, my parents got divorced. This happened to me. Like everything's so bad. So I feel like honestly, go easy on yourself because I don't know. It's something that happened and it's hard to deal with. So, and it's not your fault.
And the parents?
And the parents probably don't tell them to get over it. It's probably not gonna like you. Like they're not gonna like that you said
Noted.
That. It's very insensitive. They're gonna feel like it's very insensitive to them because although you were the one that had to deal with said person and you had to, honestly, it was your own battle. Even getting divorced, they didn't see. It's not their battle, so they didn't deal with that. Only you know that pain that the person caused you. So they're just gonna see, oh, my parents got divorced. My dad's not really around. Like you just have to bear with them. And it's their own journey. Like things you do can't make them get over the divorce. Like it's their own. You just have to be there to facilitate their healing from it. That's it.
All right. Well, we will not be saying get over it again. I mean, I won't say it out loud. And I won't say it no more. I will not be insensitive to that. I truly apologize, Big Katie. Big Katie. Go girl, Sweet 16.
And, on camera, I want to truly accept her apology. I know she wasn't really thinking of the insensitive part.
That's just me, though. I think y'all got a different kind of mama. You got a different kind of mama.
And don't bash her.
They can bash what they want to, baby. They can say what they... No, I'm just playing. Don't bash me.
Don't bash her.
Please don't. Please. Don't call Paw Patrol and don't bash me, honey.
I'm
learning the same way y'all learning. That's why we doing this, because it's all trial and error, and she's perfectly fine. And we have a therapist if she needs to go talk to one. All right? So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Listen Mom. The podcast. And check us out every month on the 7th. We drop a new episode on Instagram. We are Listen Mom. I don't know if it's Listen Mom PC or something. I think it's Listen Mom. We got YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. We're not on Facebook, but I do a lot of posting there too. And so you can catch us from any arena. I want you guys to send us in questions and things like that. Some of you guys have. We'll be answering your questions shortly. And just thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being supportive. I hope you moms and dads are opening up the uncomfortable conversations with your children and are getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, because you're going to have to do it, right?
Get ready.
Get ready. She loved to hear me sing. What song go with Get Ready? Let me see. I don't know. What song go with Get Ready?
No.
Stop. Y'all know Can't Like Sir Charles? No, I'm just playing. I think that's it.
That's it.